Hello and welcome to this video on Teams integration with Dynamics. Like you see on my screen, what we have is we have opened a case and I have requested one of my colleagues to help me with this case. And this is how a basic summary is sent. But what is exactly integration with Teams and Dynamics? Is it just showing the Teams channel like it is right now to show me a list of available users? Or probably there is more than that. So let's have a look. So when I click on cases and whenever your Teams integration has been enabled, and how we do that, we'll see later. But for now, let's see where does it appear? It appears over here with this icon. And what you can already see is you will see this chats connected to records, which basically means that it is now possible to connect Dynamics records in Teams chat. And how do we really use that in a business day-to-day life? Let's see it now. So if I click on my first case here, what the mechanism does is it tries to pull up all existing collaborations that I have made for this case with an agent or one of my colleagues. Just to illustrate this, if you have a look, I said, hi, can you help me with this case? So what I'm going to do is, although I can make another connection here or initiate a new chat from here, I will open a different case where I have not initiated a chat yet to also show you how it looks like when something is not connected. When you're not on a specific record, it shows you an overview of all the chats basically there, but we'll see that now. So if I open a case where there is no collaboration yet with any of my colleagues, I can initiate a new one. Let's say I need help for this case to find out more on the delivery. So I talk to my colleague from the logistics department. I say, let's say Sugesh can help me with that. Hello. And by the way, I can add more. Hello, can you help me with the delivery issue on this case? I would like to know when was the order delivered. And when you have added all the participants and you have included a personal message, I can initiate a chat. And now you see that this chat would always be connected to this record. And the one I have initiated this Teams chat with, they will receive exactly this message, what I've sent, and they would also be able to directly click on the record and navigate to that record to find more details, for example, details of the product, customer, or any other things. Like I mentioned also previously, you can connect more than one chats with this, but I'm gonna go back to cases and I want to show you the behavior when you don't open a case. It basically gives you a summary of all the cases for which you have made a collaboration with. And the title of the case is going to be at the very top, and then the names of the person would be on the left side. So this is how you can basically leverage the Teams chat integration, because it's very effective, especially if you're agents and you're collaborating with a lot of people. And until now, your team chat was very disconnected with your dynamics, but now you can always open a case and look, okay, for this record, with whom am I having conversations with, and how are those conversations going? Do I need to follow up with someone or not? So that is where it really gives you the value. How you can enable Teams chat integration is by going from here to customer service uh, admin center. And the customer service admin center, I want to iterate, is again the app that you would use to manage settings and other things. And when the customer service admin center is open, then what you can do is you can navigate all the way to collaboration, which makes sense, and then select here embedded chat with Teams. And this is how it looks like now. Yeah. So you need to enable all of these to yes, and then it would basically be enabled. One of the things that is important to remember is that these settings can be turned to yes only by a global administrator. So not a system administrator of an environment, a global administrator. And this is the warning that you would also get, like you see here, whenever you try to enable it. So if you're not a global administrator, make sure that you know who the global administrator is, and then you can post that request to them. And then this needs to be done per environment for all the environments where you want to enable this in. Okay. And then besides that, what you also see is a list of entities or a list of tables below. So if you want to enable this only for certain records, the collaboration part where I showed you, so right now it's enabled for case. I left case in order, case, but you can also remove the tables that you don't think should be turned on for collaboration for whatever reason, because you want to keep it lean or you want to think it's unnecessary, etc., etc. Yeah, so that was everything. There is one last thing that I wanted to show you as well. It is also possible to collaborate not only in Dynamics for Teams, but also the other way around. So if you look at my Teams here, I've already opened, yeah, so it requires you to sign in. Voila, like this. So you can basically have a look within Teams to one of your, yeah, um, teams or channels. You can basically embed this view so the whole channel can work with a certain view, but also work on cases directly. So they don't need to navigate back to Dynamics. It is really a preference of where your agents would like to work from. But if they are hardcore case resolvers, then I would recommend using Dynamics and then using collaboration of teams here. But if they need to once in a while go back to Teams and check for cases or case statuses, then in that case it would be Teams. If you would like to include a view of Dynamics in Teams for collaboration perspective, it's super easy. All you need to do is just find the right view you would like to collaborate in. Let's say I would select um, cases being followed. I'll just take the, oh, this is probably not a very good example. So I will take active cases and I click on collaborate, and then it says, okay, get started. And then here is where you can select a team. So this is the name of my tenant, and this is the channel that I have. But I can always choose a new channel, create a new one, and I say collaboration agent collaboration for cases, and I can make this a private channel or not. And then I say finish, and that is where it starts setting it up for you. And the next time when you log into that channel or when you go to that channel, you will be able to find an extra tab like I showed you earlier on Teams to basically have a look at all these cases. So you see a new channel has been created and I have here active cases. In my previous example, I showed you all cases. Yes, like this one. But then for different channels, you can have different kinds of cases basically available. I hope this was helpful for you and yeah, and informative as well. If you have any questions or any suggestions, please feel free to put them in the comments. And until then,